Know any lords of the dance like Michael Flatley of Riverdance fame? My guest today does, as the director of a prize-winning documentary from the film festival scene. The lords Maria Soccor know reside a few neighborhoods from here, and their unique form of movement never fails to stun the senses and push the abilities of the human bodies. No lords of Flatbush these artists are. In name, they are Bedford-Stuyvesant veterans. In action, they are the lords of BSV.
We discovered our own dance group, man, and we about to unleash them on y'all right now. Is the Bed-Stuy Veterans.
I had never seen anything like it. It's a revolutionary thing to see a completely new dance form.
We dance like it's war.
It's like a ritual. Everything you do means something.
That whole gritty nature of street dance, they know how to bring it.
If you're BSV, you're an innovator.
Our styles are original.
I'm George Adams, the original BRIC.
When I saw BRIC Up, something connected right there. It's just when I found my passion. And I think that's what saved me.
It was something new and authentic, and he is the start of what New York dance style is, period.
BRIC Up is more than just dancing. It's becoming your own character, your own self.
Right. What's BSV without the kids? We have to make sure that they stay out of trouble and hopefully love the dance.
We want to show the world what we doing in Brooklyn, how we trying to beat the streets in our own little way.
We all live in the same area, grew up together, know each other very well, and we love each other.
I think the world is going to look at these young men. One day somebody going to be like, I want to be like them.
Bob Marley once said, a whole lot of bad people work hard to make the world bad. Who are we to take a day off, making it good?
There is a television side or two to this situation, and we will explore them and more now with the director and documenter of Lords of BSV, Maria Soccor. Maria, welcome to BK Live.
Oh, thank you for having me here, Simon.
And joining you and me is Frank Orefice Jr., the film's co-writer and field producer. Great to have you with us.
Good to be here, Simon. Thank you.
Maria, did the Lords find you or you find them?
Well, actually, Frank found the Lords and brought the Lords to me.
How did you find them, Frank?
I met Shiz, their manager, about 5-6 years ago, along with Ghost. They were trying to promote the group. And we got to talking, he found out I was a writer. I was amazed at how Ghost was dancing out in the street. And he said, would you want to write a TV show for us? I says, well, you know what? The more I explore the history of BRIC Up, I think you want to bring this out to the public, so why not consider doing a documentary? So I did my research on them. I talked to a few of the guys. Then I brought the project to Maria. Now, Maria has an extensive dance background as well as acting, and she was gotten thrilled by it. So it developed from there that we started writing the screenplay for it, and it took us 4 years to document them in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. It was fantastic.
On the surface, Maria, people might see, well, what's special about this kind of movement compared to things like crumping and other such breakdance forms we've seen elsewhere? What makes this form of dance so special?
BRIC Up, yes. Well, there's several things. We've actually been compared to David LaChapelle's Rise, but we're very different in that, first of all, BRIC Up, it comes from a West Indian roots background, so it's not hip-hop. The second thing is the BRIC Up culture, it also enforces a way of life, of being good to people, acknowledging animals and incorporating that into your dance, into the animation and mutation style. And the culture started here actually, well, it started in Jamaica originally, and it was brought to Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, and then it went all over the world. And so if you're part of the BRIC Up movement and culture, that means that you're practicing dance every day. You're doing something for your moves. You're doing something to learn more about animals and movement and and looking at nature and incorporating all of this into a dance style with the basic elements of the Bruck-up dance style. So it's quite complex.
And Frank, to go back to what I was saying before about a television side to this, this group wants to do television. They either want to do television series or they want to be involved in an unscripted show. Where are they at in terms of having their dreams realized?
I think they would fit in with both mediums. They are getting feedback from the documentary, from people in the television business. It's just a matter of finding out where they would fit better. You know, a reality show, which I feel is their best venture. They should incorporate Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. You have a tremendous amount of storytelling there, and people's lives and how they change, how situations in the neighborhood change, even from street to street. And I feel that that's the format they should go with, you know, a reality TV show.
Now, Maria, this film has gotten a lot of play on the film festival circuit. You win a number of awards for it, and it's also caught the attention of people like Sandy Kennan, the TV critic for Eyewitness News on Channel 7. It's caught the attention of Tom Neff of the former documentary channel that's now Pivot. Is there any plans to take this film, which has not been seen in local theaters, and put it on television directly?
I would love for it to be put on television, actually, because the way I cut it was for television, and if you look at the way it is cut, it can easily have commercials in between. Right now, there's a couple of interests in terms of distribution, so we're working with that. So I hope it would get to TV. Theatrical, I don't think this is much of a theatrical film, but I think where it will fit is somewhere online, something in that type of platform, something that would be on television, or something where documentaries get acknowledged.
Ideally, what TV network would you like it to be on? Would you like it to be on Sundance Television? Would you like it to be on Bravo? Would you like it to be on Ovation, the Performing Arts Network? Where do you think it would fit the best?
I think where it would fit best is HBO, because it's such a great platform in terms of the diversity, in terms of what the film is about. I think Sundance would be great because it is indie. It's definitely indie. We did this all with our own funding, so there was no investor or studio behind it. But I think it would find a home anywhere that has a worldwide platform.
Now, Frank, something about this group is that it's not just about dancing for them. It is about going to Bed-Stuy, other communities in Brooklyn, particularly young people that may or may not be involved with gangs, and saying, okay, you can use our movement, our art form to, if not stay off the streets, stay out of crime.
Young children are very easily influenced. If they don't have a focus in life, they can very easily sway the wrong way. Gangs take advantage of children like this, and they say, listen, you have no purpose in life, we'll give you a purpose in life. What BSV does is, and you would see it with Conqueror in the movie, Conqueror's homeless. He has nothing, but he's always giving. He'll stay with the children after school, teach them dance, teach them martial arts, teach them about music, or just about, black culture in general. But he's there guiding them. He said, okay, you want to dance? Use your dance for your schoolwork. Use the discipline you have in dance for your schoolwork or for at home or for whatever occupation you want to take out in life. That's the guidance and the focus they want to give the children.
And Maria, what the great thing for people in Brooklyn at large is they have an opportunity next month to see BSV in action in a very special way.
They do. This is really fantastic. So BSV, they have a competition that they hold locally in Brooklyn, and it's called Loud. So this one will be Loud 17 on April 16th at 1 p.m. We're going to screen Lords of BSV before the dance competition, and it's going to be at B Electric Studios, which is on Willoughby Avenue in Brooklyn. So if the community comes out, they can see more about what they do in the community and how they get all sorts of kids to come out and battle dancing, not just in Brooklyn, but throughout the world. It's a huge movement where a lot of people will be coming to Brooklyn next April just to see them compete and host this wonderful event, which is Loud.
And where do you want to go next? Do you want to do a television special or try to do a TV series? What's next for you in your career?
Well, for me, I'm an actor full-time as well as a filmmaker, and I'm finishing out 2 new documentaries, one on Renzo Gracie, the father of MMA, and also on DJs, and it kind of transcends into blind DJs, and I'm also working on a few narratives. So for me, directing is really key, as well as acting. They just even. Some people would ask me, well, what would you prefer to do? And I'd say, well, both.
Well, hey, being in a multimedia world and no barriers, hey, you produce, you direct, you write, et cetera, et cetera.
It's about that time. I think, you know, there's more options for us now to actually do something like that, which is fantastic.
Well, congratulations to both of you on finding this wonderful group. We had a chance to see them in person last week at the Culture Insights Forum at the SN Theater. And if you get a chance to see them perform live in person, aside from loud, it is an amazing group. They are just incredible dancers, and they have a lot to offer, not just for the people in Brooklyn, but as we like to say around here, beyond borders. Maria, Frank, thank you both for being with us on BK Live.
Thank you for having us.
Our pleasure. And you can learn more about Maria's movie and the future plans of BSV TV included online at lordsofbsvmovie.com. It's lordsofbsvmovies.com. We have more in-studio guests in play for the next few tomorrow segments on BK Live. Next Monday, we expect to follow state legislation that would connect Made in New York tax credits for TV projects locating in Brooklyn and beyond to diversity initiatives. The Writers Guild of America is backing the bill, and we've invited a Brooklyn-based newcomer to the New York Police Department behind a new video outreach to drop by our studio in 2 weeks. Yes, this outreach is already on Brooklyn Patrol. Coming up at 3 o'clock on Televised, Mark Bracco of The Passion, the Sunday presentation starring Tyler Perry on Fox. And coming up Friday, exclusive interview, Anthony Hemingway, the director of American Crime Story, The People vs. O.J. Simpson and Underground. That's today and Friday, 3 p.m. on blogtalkradio.com.